Be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't do it. Be happy. Put a smile on your face. Don't bring everybody. Don't worry. It will soon pass, whatever it is. Don't worry. Be happy. February 2023. The world was still living by the old financial logic, but we pressed start. We wanted to create an ecosystem that would unite artificial intelligence and finance to make asset management simple, scalable, and secure. That's how our The starting point was EXAI Bot, the first AI-powered trading solution, an algorithm that laid the foundation for an entire era. From that moment, we began expanding at the speed of light. We built and are implementing a vision that includes trading AI bots, exchanges, neobank, crypto cards, and real-world asset tokenization, official registration in Hong Kong, and the first features in global media, the creation of Aurum Neobank, the launch of Zeus AI Bot, and the flash loan license surpassing $1 million in profits. The opening of our headquarters in Dubai, where hundreds of industry leaders gathered. The world started to talk about us. We were featured by Binance, Benzinga, Crypto Reporter, and Blockchain Wire. Forbes called us the new infrastructure of global finance, but this is no time to pause. We're gaining momentum. We launched Aurum Academy, strengthen our team, and appoint Brian Benson, a professional with 27 years of experience, as our CEO. Global events in Vietnam, Dubai, and Antalya. Thousands of cards sold, and the launch of the AI agent ecosystem. Today, we stand on the stage of Token 2049 Singapore, alongside the leaders of Binance, Tether, KuCoin, and Tron. And this moment once again proves Aurum is a global ecosystem of worldwide scale. But the most important part, this is only the beginning. The next decade will be one of expansion. In 2025 to 2026, we bring Aurum Neobank to the mass market. Hundreds of thousands of users, millions of transactions. The launch of Aurum Exchange, which reaches $5 billion in trading volume within its first year. AI bots manage over $1 billion in assets. The first 5,000 cash in and withdrawal terminals appear. Aurum establishes its presence in 10 countries and secures its position in the global market. In 2027 to 2028, we raise the bar. Neobank reaches 2 million users and 1.5 million cards. During this period, Aurum Dex, the next generation decentralized exchange launches. Personalized AI-based services emerge. Credit scoring and capital management. The first RWA deals worth $500 million are integrated. The terminal network expands to 20,000 points across 20 countries. By 2029, Neobank evolves into a super app. Flight bookings, taxis, car rentals, food delivery, while transactions exceed $20 billion. Aurum Dex cements its position within the ecosystem with $5 billion in trading volume. The key element of Aurum's DeFi direction. AI agents operate for hundreds of thousands of businesses, and RWA grows to $5 billion. Aurum becomes an ecosystem that accompanies users every day. In 2030 to 2033, we reach global scale. Neobank's user base hits 12 million and over 10 million cards. Inside the super app, 15 to 20 integrated services and partnerships with 500 global brands. Aurum Exchange reaches $90 billion in trading volume and enters the top 10 global crypto exchanges. The terminal network expands to 100,000 plus locations across 50 plus countries. The annual Aurum Global Summit gathers 5,000 leaders. By 2033 to 2035, Neobank enters the top 5 global neobanks with a valuation of $10 billion plus. Aurum Exchange remains in the top 10, while Aurum Dex surpasses $20 billion in trading volume. AI manages over $5 billion in assets, and RWA exceeds $20 billion. We are present in 75 countries with 1,000 global partners and over 100,000 terminals. The Aurum Global Summit brings together 10,000 industry leaders. Aurum becomes the symbol of a new financial era, a system that made finance accessible to everyone, a story that has already transformed the industry, and a future that already belongs to us.
Very good afternoon. Some of you I see people here after time. Yes, yes, it certainly is afternoon. Thank you and welcome for joining us. We have other people here. It's evening time. I know it's 8 o'clock in the UK. It's 9 o'clock in parts of Europe, maybe 10 in South America. Abdulaziz is here. Welcome to the call. We've got Alexander here, Andrew here, Arif's here as always. Marion Cindy's here, Ray's here, Big Daddy's in the house, as is Chris and Christopher. CK's here, Sports CK's here, David's here, Deborah's here, Don Cheese here, Edmund's here, Freddie Cober's here. I thought it was nearly Freddie Krueger. It's Freddie Cober, how are you? Welcome to the call. Thank you. Gabriel's here, of course, and as is Gary. And Gary, you're a good singer, I take it. Gary Barlow, is that his name? Gary, that famous singer from the band. Gary, it is. Welcome to the call. We've got golf here. Thank you for joining us. iPad's here. Hi, iPad. How are you? My name's HP. Hewlett Packard. Just kidding. We've got iPhone here and iPad. I bet you we've got Zoom user here as well, or maybe Samsung might be in the room as well. Ewan's here. Jenny's here. Jerome's here. Jack's here. Joanna. Okay, Chip is here as well. Kenneth's here. Candy's here. Milan's here. Mella's here. Mariska's here. Nadina's here. Momo, welcome to the call. I think I saw you earlier. Mummy's here as well. ND's here. Monique's here. Blah, 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 blah. Lots of you are here. NK's here. And I can't even go down these because it keeps jumping up. Robert's here. Raz is here. Raymond's here. I'm going up the ways now. Ramon's here. Satch is here. Seepin's here. Sohail is always here. Soma's here. Treasure is in the house. Yeah, Zoom user. You're here more than once, Zoom user. You're always here. Zoom user. Youngest billionaires in the house as well. Wow. Welcome to the call, youngest billionaire. Ufu Omas. iPhone is here as well, and many more. I just jumped through them. Numbers are a little bit low, 160, but that's not bad on the what we call the mouth of Christmas. You guys are still excited about your business. You're still out there building. And yes, when we treat it like a business, you're going to get business results. Think about the shops. Are the shops open today? Yeah, so why wouldn't your business be open today? Yeah. Maybe the shops will be closed part of tomorrow and the next day and maybe the next day, but they'll be back open again. Isn't that right? So you can take 2 or 3 days. That's fine. And then maybe on New Year's Eve, you'll maybe close up early, and maybe New Year's Day, you'll not open at all. But then after that, it's full power into the new year. Just let me get my calendar here. Let's see what we're going to do. This is the last one. Let's just check for all of you, get the message out there. This is Tuesday the 23rd. Okay, so we're not going to do tomorrow, Thursday, and then we're into the weekend. Oh, yeah, we're going to be back next Monday and Tuesday as well, guys. We'll be back next Monday and Tuesday, the 29th and the 30th, and then we'll not do it on New Year's Eve. I think there's no point. New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, probably not. So, okay, so we'll do tonight's the last night. Then we do Monday and Tuesday of next week. And then we're going to do training on Sunday the 28th. That will go ahead. Training will go ahead on Sunday the 28th and on Sunday the 4th. So training doesn't get any break. We're going to take 2 nights off. We're going to take 2 nights off, the 24th and 25th. And we're going to take the 31st and the 1st off. So that's you guys all up to date. It'll be the same link, same time. And then we'll set a new strategy for the new year. With that said, I want to welcome, we're up to 165. I've got 5 new guests. So always try and get your people here a little bit early. It's almost 10 minutes after. But with that said, let's get this show on the road. And I just need to... February. I need to listen to you again. February. Yeah, February. That's a stuck record, isn't it, guys? February. That's... I should be a rapper. Let's go and get started.
Recording in progress.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you for joining us on this presentation. We're going to take a look at the Aurum Foundation. We're going to give you an overview, maybe help you, do your due diligence. The opinions I express in this presentation are purely my own due diligence. It's very wise to do your own, very prudent in any business to seek I suppose, proper professional advice. I'm not an accountant. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not here to share my link with you. I can't even sell you anything because I have nothing to sell. I'm just here to share information with you. What I liked about this opportunity was particularly the people behind it. And when I realized that Brian Benson was the CEO, I've got to say I was more than reasonably impressed. Brian Benson was a trader over at the bank in the United States. He worked for Morgan Stanley Bank. And when he left that, he then was involved in the Web3 world of cryptocurrency and blockchain. He was an ambassador for the blockchain Algorand. He built apps, payment apps for banks. So he's a trader and a technical guy, but also something special happened as well when he was recruited by Binance. And Binance wanted this man, and Brian went down and opened up all of Central and South America for Binance. He opened all of those countries. I don't know how many countries there, but he opened Brazil, Chile, Peru, Colombia, probably Venezuela, Paraguay. What else? I can't even think. Mexico. Brian opened all of those countries for Binance, but he opened them in his own name, not Binance's name. And once he'd established the market, once he'd opened the office, once he'd done the due diligence, once he'd done the banking relationship, then CZ from Binance wrapped what Brian created into Binance. And this man was responsible for 20% of all Binance revenue at that time. Now, Binance was the fastest company. You need to do some homework on this one. They're called a unicorn company. They came actually from nowhere into the world and went bang up there, $1 billion company, faster than Microsoft, faster than Apple, faster than Tesla, big companies, probably faster than Amazon. I didn't check that, but Brian saw that explosion. He saw that growth. And why is that important for us? Because, guys, it gives us confidence that the man steering the ship is a man of experience. He's a man who's well known in the industry. He's a man with credibility. He's also a man with great contact, and that's very, very important in this business, that you're well connected. That way you can get additional products, build good partnerships, you can find liquidity for your products. So that's Brian Benson. You can Google him yourself. He's all over Google. Some fabulous reports here. Images here when he was much younger. Images over here on the left-hand side, top left. Do you see that one? That's the one they use for Forbes. Now, Forbes is a very reputable media company. They do the rich list. They do the interview the top CEOs. Well, Forbes have spoken about Aurum more than once, and here they're telling us that Aurum is providing institutional grade trading. That's a little bit different than what most people would be familiar with. That would be the grade of trading operated by the banks and the big finance houses around the world, not the Wild West of trading. And they also have engaged AI. Almost 99% is conducted by AI. And you'll learn that in the world of trading today, the human error can be removed now, because it's the humans that make the mistakes. It's the humans that enter a trade very tired. They have emotional attachment. They chase a trade, whereas AI doesn't have that involvement. And you'll find that 80% of all the banks, 80% of all the top finance companies are using AI to do their trading. That's what's going. So Aurum's already there. And Forbes have invited our CEO, Mr. Brian Benson, to their finance council. And that's a big accolade, ladies and gentlemen, to be invited to this council. Says a lot about this gentleman. Means that Forbes value his opinion. They value his place in the market, because this man travels the world speaking at conferences at a very, very, very high level. I was also enthused when I saw that the issuing bank of Visa have co-branded Aurum and the Visa card. This is hard to do, to get your company and Visa on the same plastic. When we see this, again, it would give us confidence, because we would assume that the issuing bank, and I know who the bank is behind this, they're regulated, proper bank. They would have to do their due diligence on Aurum. Of course, they would have to know Brian Benson, maybe the directors. I'm sure they may have asked for last year's accounts. They probably have checked all the licensing. So before they would partnership with Aurum. So again, this is a great tick box when we're looking at a company. And then we witnessed Brian in 2025, traveling the world, speaking at the world's largest conferences. This is the biggest one. It was held back in October 25. That's the time the Formula One racing was going on in Singapore. This was the biggest blockchain event. It's called Token 2049. There was 25,000 people showed up for this event. By the way, the tickets were $1,000 to get in. So it's incredible. We saw that Brian was speaking there. I think there's videos there on the internet of him, his talk. He's out there building the Aurum brand. He's out there looking for these partnerships, looking for deals for his customer base, for his community. And not only that, at the end, well, actually the middle of December 25, he was also over speaking at another big show, blockchain show in Abu Dhabi. And that was the Finance Week in the Emirates, where there were lots of these events going on. A big week. Everybody was there, I believe, at that time. I heard Donald Trump's sons were there. I heard was it Michael Saylor from Strategy, formerly known as MicroStrategy, was there. Who else? BlackRock, I believe. So anybody was anybody. And when you're working with a company that's putting itself in the eyes and in the knowledge of this crypto expert, you know these guys aren't afraid to show what they've got. And he's out there doing different interviews. In fact, Wendy O, a very famous social media influencer, interviewed him. It's well worth your while trying to get your hands on that and have a list of questions, the type of questions she asked Brian Betts, and of course his remarkable answers. And then again back in December in the Middle East, he was at this Builders Roundtable. Now, I don't know if you know Arpit Sharma. I don't know if you know Brian Benson. A lot of you do know Brian Benson for Aurum. He was the CEO of Aurum, but the co-founder of Sandbox was on stage with him. So was the co-founder of 1inch and the founder of EasyFlow. Now, if you've never heard of those companies, go check out who they are. These are the biggest of the biggest in the crypto space. And here's CEO of Aurum sharing that stage as a panel of experts at this massive event. So again, shows you that we're dealing with a man who knows what he's about, who understands the industry, and probably no better guy to guide this ship. Anyway, so that's probably enough for now about the company to give you an idea behind it. Let's take a look at the ecosystem and the products they're putting together. This point of sale terminal. And this is pretty unique because not only does it accept fiat payments, fiat is the national currency that you have, you know, your euro, your dollar, your pound, your yen, your dirhams, that's called a fiat currency. This machine accepts those, but it also accepts cryptocurrency payments. So it's a great product for shopkeepers, businesses, and merchants that they can now put out to their shop, hey, we accept crypto payments, and that might draw in a lot of new business for these shops. Also, we can reduce the fees on this because we're using blockchain, and we can speed up the payments faster than Visa and MasterCard. When a shop takes a payment, yes, you paid for your coffee, let's say, but the shopkeeper hasn't got your money. That has gone to Visa and MasterCard, and it could lie over there for 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, depending on your product, before you have that cash flow. With this device, because we're using blockchain, we can settle payments with shopkeepers in, well, we could do it instantly, but let's say 24, 48, or 72 hours. That helps cash flow for businesses. So what might be in it for you? Well, if you were an agent that was offering this to a shop, they're building now technology, they're writing software right now that offers micro payments, meaning that if you were the person that introduced this to that shop, every time that machine is used, you're getting a micro payment. So really, really cool product. They're also developing ATM machines. These are two-way ATM machines where you can put in your national currency, like a vending machine, and that will generate a cryptocurrency deposit to your digital wallet. And vice versa, if you have cryptocurrency on your wallet, you'd like to get some cash, well, then you generate a QR code, present it to the machine, and the machine will pay out to you the national currency wherever it's housed. So these are some of their fabulous products. They also have an exchange up and running. Again, lots of companies talk about opening an exchange and mañana, it's coming. Well, no, Aurum already have their exchange open with full liquidity. I've had a look at this myself. I'm not interested in trading myself. I don't know how to trade. I have no interest in that department. I might be in the future interested in swapping a little bit of USDT and get some Bitcoin, or I might be able to swap Bitcoin into Ethereum, something like that. I might be interested in, not trading per se. But these exchanges are making lots and lots of money. These companies are very wealthy. You've heard of Crypto.com, Binance, Coinbase. These are very, very wealthy companies. And Brian Benson is championing this particular exchange. He's already been over there at Binance. He wants to do it again. And this is a fabulous product up and running. In fact, on this exchange, you can stake your coins. Let's say you had a little bit of Bitcoin or XRP, or maybe you had a little bit of Ethereum or Solana or even USDT. And for most people, it sits offline or it sits on a wallet doing nothing. Parking it here inside the exchange, you can use their liquidity for staking product. And what this does, this pays between 17 and 20% a year without trading. So that's a very, very nice, attractive product for traditional business people, those people that don't want to trade, those people that, maybe in real estate. If you have property or you're in the real estate industry, you're going to earn between 5 10% a year yield on your property. If you're in the other asset class, such as gold, you'd be lucky to get 10% a year. So this product beats gold, beats silver, beats the real estate business, beats the bank hands down. To pay 17 to 20% a year. This is a fabulous product in my estimation. Now, the good news also is the yields are paid daily, okay? And there's no lock-in on your money. So if you want to put Bitcoin in today and take it out tomorrow, that's fine. You get paid for the one day. Or if you want to put in Ethereum for one day or take it out the same day, well, you might generate a yield because you didn't leave it long enough. But certainly if you leave it for a day, you're going to get paid for that day. So even though it's an annual yield that we're showing on the screen here, it's paid daily with no lock-in. You can withdraw at any time. And this has been tested. Here's one customer deposited $1,000. Unfortunately, it doesn't say $1,000, but you can see it's already earned $8 in USDT. So had that been on a wallet sitting somewhere, it'd be still $1,000. But here at Aurum Exchange, it's starting to pay USDT every day. The same customer deposited 0.1 Bitcoin. And you can see now fractions of Bitcoin starting to hit this account as well. So very nice product. And what I'd like to do now is I'd like to listen to Brian just for a few minutes. This is part of a larger interview, but what we're going to hear here is that Brian experienced lots and lots of people becoming very wealthy, becoming millionaires and multi-billionaires when he worked with Binance. But over there, he was the managing director in Binance. Here, he's a stakeholder. Here, he's the CEO, and he wants to do it again. He wants to create 1,000 millionaires, and he sees parallels between what he had back when he worked with Binance. He can feel that coming again. He feels with Aurum, this could potentially happen again. So let's have a listen to Brian himself. This is our CEO.
We're on a mission to create 1,000 millionaires that don't have $1 million today. So if we can come up with a system whereby there's hundreds of thousands of people in there, but 1,000 of these people be turned into millionaires, then those assets are inside of our platform. That turns us into a unicorn right away. And so that's really the goal that I have as an executive at the company is how do we get people that don't have $1 million today to get them to $1 million through saving, through yield-bearing assets, through a lot, compounding interest, through a lot of these things that have been around for a long time, but that not everyone in the world uses. And these are tools that are super important to get us there. So that's how we're measuring it internally is if we can get to the point where we have 1,000 people that have become millionaires through our system and through working with our products, then that gets us really close to the unicorn valuation. And we want to be a fintech unicorn. I think Binance was the fastest fintech unicorn ever in the history. I think it took less than 6 months. We used to have a slide about that in our pitch deck. So I'm pretty sure I've done this before. I've been involved in one of the fastest growing fintech unicorns in the world. And I think what we have at Aurum is actually very similar to when I started at Binance.
You hear that? What he feels here at Aurum is very similar to what he had when he worked out at Binance. So there we go. Now, if you wanted to try this platform, there is a subscription. It's $20. I would call that 4 cups of coffee. But what you have is you've got an international fintech exchange here where you can use all of their products. A bit like when you pay for the gym membership, you can use the running machine, the rowing machine, the steam room, the sauna. Here for $20, you can use all of the products, and they've quite a range of products. I haven't seen them all, but I'm familiar with 2 or 3 of their products. So let's take a look at some of those products. This one seems to be everybody's favorite from what I'm hearing. It's the EXAI bot. It's been around since January, maybe February, actually, of 2023. And it was originally designed for the banks, for the high net worth individuals, for the institution. It was not designed for retail. And I think it was Forbes, on Forbes I read that Brian Benson closed a $12 million VC, venture capitalist, to test out this product. And at that time, it said that this company was valued at $100 million. So that's how long this particular software has been working. And it's done remarkably well. It's done over 500% in about 2.5 years. But in September 24, about a year and a half later, they decided to open it up to the retailer. My understanding is that it's because they were going to launch the exchange, that they needed a community, they needed a user base to start using the exchange. So that was the idea, that was the catalyst that opened up the door to allowing the affiliate program. So I think that started in September 24th. I heard about this in April 25, but and you can see on the screen here back in November 25, there was over 56 million trading in this particular bot at that time. And of course, it's much, much more today. Also, you might as well know there are 7 of these bots, and I know they have more in development, but there are 7 of these. They've all got different parameters, they've all got different objectives, all got different rules. But this seems to be their best, their most popular, and we can show you how it works. Very simple. So let's say you download the Neobank. So what they have is this is a banking application, and it's called the Aurum Neobank. It's going to be available on Google Play and also on the Apple Store. And you download the app, and inside that app, you've got your own account. You'll have your own USDT account, a Bitcoin account, an Ethereum account, a Pepe account, a Doge, a BNB account. You get about 8 wallets. So what you do then is you fund that wallet. And let's say you put in to test it, let's say $120 or $150 or $180. Doesn't matter. Whatever you do, if it's in between 100 and 249, it's going to end up in this basic category. But that's quite rewarding because those customers are likely to receive about 10% a month, which is very good. Now, it's not fixed, it's variable because it's trading, but on average, since this started, they're able to pay out 10% a month to those very small accounts. Now, of course, past performance is not indicative of future results, but what I can see clearly here is the company's making money at the same time. So if the whole fund on average is doing 17.5% a month, and these customers are getting 10%, you can see quite clearly that the company's always in a positive situation. It's making what's called the spread, or the difference between 17 and 10. For those of you that can do more, let's say you were able to do $400 or $720 or $906, there's no packages, you just deposit what you wish. But if it was in that range, you're going to be in the standard category. Those customers will enjoy 11%. Again, if you can do between 1,000 to 2,500, you're going to get 12% or thereabouts. So you can see the higher the deposit you make to your own balance, your own account, the better the reward you're likely to achieve. So that's pretty cool. Now, also, you can take out your profits every day. Every day you have profit, you can remove that, no problem. The fee to remove it will be 1%, 1% plus network fees. It might be $1, it might be $3.50, depending on which platform you use. I know on the Binance platform, the BEP20, it's $1, so it's 1% plus $1. I also know on the Tron network, the TRC20 USDT network, it's a $3.50 charge over there, so it's 1% plus $3.50, because that's relevant to you. You can top up these accounts. So let's say you're on 10%, you want to move up to 12, you just top up anytime you wish. Or you don't have to, you can actually let it trade its way up. The good news is this is all automatic. It's all done by the AI. You've nothing to learn, nothing to know. You just need to know how to deposit, and you need to know how to withdraw. That's it. It's really, 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 really simple. So let's talk about, let's actually take a look at a couple of examples. So this is a customer account we were able to get a look at. And this customer account started with $500. And if you look on the bottom left, you see it was created on the 17th of April, 2025. Okay, can you see that? 17th of April. Now, of course, we can't see the $500 because it's not $500 anymore. It's $882, which means this account has made 382. It started with 500 and it's 882. Profit is $382. And if you look in the bottom right-hand corner, if you cast your eyes down to the bottom right, you'll see that this snapshot for this account was taken on the 17th of September. Well, if it was created on the 17th of April, and we're looking in this example at the 17th of September, that would be a 5-month trading period. And is that good? Well, you have to ask yourself, is $382 good on a $500 deposit in 5 months? Think about it. If you like to calculate it, it's quite simple. You take the profit, the 382, you divide by the 500 deposit, and it works out at 76%. That's better than any bank. That's better than property and real estate. That's better than gold. On a small account like $500, and you can start with $100. That's just an example. Now, of course, let me show you a larger account. This account, if you look down here, guys, now the account number ends in the numbers 1972. You see that with mouse is 1972. This account was started on the 10th of April 2025, and the initial deposit was $10,000. However, it doesn't say 10,000; it says 12,360. Why? Well, if you now look in the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see this was the 16th of May. So the account was funded on the 10th of April. So the 10th of May is 1 month. That's 6 more days. It's a month and 6 days. If you'd allow me to round it up to 5 weeks, this account has made 23% in 5 weeks. Sensational. Absolutely sensational. After 10 weeks, we were able to take a look at the account again on the 24th of June 25. You can see now, after 10 weeks, the account had moved up to 15,500, made another $3,000 in those 5 weeks. And then after 3 months, 12 weeks, it made another $2,000, up to 17,000. And then after 4 months, 16 weeks, 4 months, the $10,000 is now sitting $20,392. Now, of course, the customer didn't make 20,000. The customer made 10,000. But you have to remember, the customer deposited 10, and it's sitting at 20. There's only 10,000 of that profit. But in 4 months, that's very, very, very good. I will highlight that this customer has chosen to reinvest. What does this mean? Well, for most customers, you won't know where to find this button. It is in the account, and it will be in the off position, meaning that every day the profit goes to your wallet for withdrawal purposes. However, if you do, and at your prerogative to turn this on, if you do decide to turn it on, then what happens is the profit generated stays in the exchange with principal, and therefore tomorrow you've got profit and principal working together. It's that compounding effect. If you're not familiar with that, you can try ChatGPT, you can try YouTube. Just type into YouTube something like "explain to me the benefits of daily compounding," something like that, and that will explain to you what compounding means. It has a bigger effect. Now, if this was in the off position, this account wouldn't have done just as well as that. It might have done, 3/4 of that, but nonetheless, that would be the customer's choice. You're in control. You turn it off, you turn it on. So that's really how that works. And again, we were able to get a snapshot again on the 10th of December 2025. Now, this now represents 8 months. If we go back here, that was 4 months. 1, 2, 3, 4 months. But now we're looking at 8 months, because on the 10th of April, account number 1972 is now sitting at $39,500. Now remember, this customer deposited $10,000. It's now $39,000 in 8 months. Really, really, really good product. And if we look at the account above, commencing the 17th of April, this account was that account I showed you earlier. The $500 account that went 882. There's it sitting now at 1,223. And hopefully on the 10th of January, we'll be able to update this and let you see how those accounts are doing at that point in time. You can also see here that the customers now got a lot of confidence that they've now got $25,000 and another $43,000 trading since that. But the idea was to trace and follow these accounts, so we would have some kind of data just to show you. So anyway, that's the EXI bot. that seems to be everybody's favorite. I think it's the best performing one of all. They do have 6 more of these, but of course, these will be on the banking application in Google and Apple Store once you download that. If you don't have it, or if it's not up there, you can try Telegram. Now, Telegram is a decentralized exchange. You can find these other bots over here. These bots are for specifically trading pairs. So Bitcoin in the dollar only, Ethereum in the dollar only, BNB in the dollar only. The EXI bot that we just looked at trades the top 20 pairs on CoinMarketCap, and it's spot trading without leverage. So if anybody was interested in that part of it. And then we want to finish our presentation to talk briefly about the card. I think this is quite sensational as well. It's no ordinary card. It's a card that doesn't require passport, your driver license, your utility bill, no KYC required. There's no name on the card. You can stop your bot trading and top up the card. So if you need access to cryptocurrency to spend in the real world, just stop trading, top up card, and the money goes straight onto the card. Even if you're not using their trading products, you can import cryptocurrency from wherever you might have it. Let's say Trust Wallet or Exodus or Coinbase or Binance, wherever your money is, you can bring that into your Aurum account and then go top up card and send it straight onto the card as well. So you don't have to trade it. So it's great for those people that don't know how to swap out cryptocurrency. You know, they don't have to run and find an exchange. They don't have to go and find somebody to cash out. It can be done here with the Visa card, and this is really, really, really cool product. I believe there will be 4 versions released soon. There will be a $33 version, $66, and a $99. These will all be virtual cards. You won't get the physical card, but the big one, the one I have here, the Infinity card, it's $249, very well priced. No KYC, you can put up to $100,000 a month. These other cards will have different parameters, different fee structures, different limits, etc. In fact, 2 of those cards do require KYC. Okay, you will have to provide your details, and 2 of the cards will not. So it gives customers choice. You have a choice whether to do KYC on your card or not. You have a choice whether to compound or not. You'll have a choice to use the decentralized exchange. That's the one we looked at earlier. But I believe at sometime in 2026, they're going to launch a DEX, decentralized exchange, as well, for those that prefer non-KYC. So other than that, I just want to show some of you the card working. This was the 2nd transaction ever done in the United Kingdom with this product. There's no name on that card, as you can see. The gentleman who owns the card had the trading bot. He stopped the trading and he went top up and he put the money onto the card and he went down to the shop to get some milk. And let's see how he got on.
Here we go then, 2nd official transaction. Lovely, thank you, Mina.
There you go. Imagine spending digital money, cryptocurrency in a local shop, in a local supermarket. People have told me it works at the pay stations for parking. It works in the restaurants, the coffee shops. It works online. It works everywhere. So very, very, very good results coming back to that card. So that's it over. I want to thank each and every one of you for taking time out to listen to this information. Please do, if you like what you heard, get back to the person that shared this information with you. Get your very valid questions. Of course, make sure you do your own due diligence before you make a decision. And with that said, I wish you every success, whatever decision you come to, and I hope it's the one right for you and your family. With that said, have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.
And that's me watching the live presentation. If you have any questions after seeing this presentation, I can show you my physical card. I can show you how I've been using it. And I've only been here 4 months. 2026 is your chance to make a big difference in your life by getting involved in this community. I'm Arif Gilany, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for your time. And get back to the person who shared this video with you. As Hugh Paul mentioned, this is an incredible opportunity. I've done my own due diligence. I went to the Aurum head office. I picked up my physical card, and I've been using it all over in the subways, in the buses, in the trains, anywhere that I go, and even to eat or to purchase small stuff. Have a great day. Merry Christmas, and look forward to helping you get on the right financial track in 2026.